it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. So, now that we finished Joan's route, we're going to be starting on Kyler's. So, for Kyler, you're going to want to study a lot, because he's very into all of this. So, we're going to be basically spamming study, but we're gonna add in some other stuff, so maybe she'll get... she'll be able to relax a little bit. So we'll do emails, we'll do some more studying here, and we'll dance, because she loves to dance. So I'm going to be, like I do with every other game, I'm going to be skipping all of the cutscenes that we've seen, which for the beginning, of course, is going to be most of them. But I will show you the different decisions that you have to make, the ones that we haven't seen yet, for each route whenever we get to it, so depending on what it is, blah blah blah, and then of course at the end you'll see all of the options that I've taken in the description box below. So I think this looks good for Kyler right now, so let's go ahead and play that, and I'm doing that. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do here, we've got to check out the posters, look down, stay focused. I think the first time we did this, we checked out the posters, so this time we're going to stay focused. I did come here to learn, didn't I? French or not, I should show that I'm serious about this. He's mentioning photographs a lot. Is someone coming to take pictures? Everyone started to line up after Augustin gestured to each item, which ranged from stacks of buckets to plastic containers full of trowels and brushes. I followed and carried everything in my own bucket, including a sheet of paper encased in a plastic bag. Okay, well, we've seen this, so I'm going to go ahead from here and skip up. Okay, so we finally met Kyler. And we've seen already, I'm pretty serious about it, but because we selected to stay focused before, there's something here that's a little bit new, but it's not completely new, but anyways, I mean, it's the first time with Kyler, so I figure I'll show you anyways. Of course, I did come all the way from California to experience this firsthand. I also love the idea of working on such an old archaeological site. I'm surprised that they assigned me to excavate a 125,000 layer. I looked upward. It did seem most students got the upper strata to work with instead. They tend to do that for the students who are interested in the subject. I'll do my best then. Can't waste this opportunity. Most students that excavate here picked it as an elective and aren't that invested in archaeology at all. It's nice to see that there are still a few keen students coming. Since we're excavating next to each other, that makes us square mates. Or would that be carré mates? Either way, I look forward to working alongside you. He looked confused, but simply gave a mechanical nod. He did muster up a small smile, though. Right. Likewise. Even his last words felt artificial, and I lost him to his little world of microstratigraphy. Alright, so we've seen from here, so I'm going to go ahead and skip up. Okay, and we're back. So this is where Kyler and DeAndre cut into kind of a thing. I think he hit him with something, or I can't remember exactly. So let's volunteer to talk to Kyler. Leave it to me. My square is next to his anyway, so I'll be able to talk to Kyler anytime. Really? It's not a big deal to let him know. I apologize for that. A few other students trickled in, and I finished my breakfast before there were any more mishaps. Anyway, where did you stay this week? Okay, well, we've seen this part, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip up. Okay, so now we're with Kyler in the cave, so let's go on with this. Clenching the unknown object, I wondered if I could ask him. Moreover, it would give me a chance to apologize on DeAndre's behalf. He was completely absorbed in his work, though. Ask Kyler, figure it out yourself. No, we're gonna ask Kyler. I tapped the rock surface next to the paper to get his attention, and he glanced up in a response. Sensing a conversation, he raised his hand to his Kochler implant and switched it on. Sorry to bother you, but I have a question. I held up the object, and he placed the pen down. It felt like a victory that I captured his attention.
What is it?
I'm stuck playing the Boner Stone game. What do you think? He extended an arm and placed the item onto his outstretched palm. He held it up to the heat lamp behind us. The silent anticipation was agonizing, and I was surprised. Was Kyler stumped on it as well? Just when I was about to inquire, he moved his hand to his mouth and pressed the object against his tongue nonchalantly. What?
It's stone, and not worth recording. You can toss it into the bucket.
I reluctantly held out my hand as he dropped the slightly damp stone onto my possession.
How did that work exactly? What about germs or viruses? How does that work?
How could you tell by doing that?
Bone is porous and sticks to the tongue. This one didn't.
Oh, I get it. That makes sense. I tossed the stone into the bucket. Thanks, Kyler. It'll definitely be handy if I'm stuck again.
Be sure not to rely on it too heavily. Use your eyes and touch first. It's more of a last resort method.
Sounds like good advice to me. As tempting as it was to cheat and lick each discovered object, it probably wasn't the most professional procedure to depend on. Oh, there's one other thing. He seemed disappointed that I stalled his excavation. I heard about what happened last week. When DeAndre accidentally hit you with the rugby ball.
That was it. Right. What about it?
He apologizes for it. That's all. An uneasy pause hung in the air, but then Kyler gave a tiny nod.
I admit I reacted rather harshly with him. It almost hit my implant, but it was an accident. I'll let him know I forgive him. You two seem close. Are you seeing each other?
He said the last words hesitantly.
Not exactly dating, but similar? Less formal?
Seeing each other or going out are both acceptable, and no, we're not doing that either.
Does it bother you? Teasingly ask if he's jealous. I know the right answer to this one, but I'm gonna do this one anyways because it's funny. So let's see.
What? Are you jealous when we kissed?
Why would I be jealous? I barely know you, or DeAndre.
Sorry, it was a joke.
It's definitely not that. If anything, I was concerned about Cherie.
Hearing Kyler speak her name so freely surprised me. Wait, of course they'd know each other. This was his 4th time here, and Cherie visited yearly. I can imagine him seeing her as a mentor at this point.
Okay, so this is all probably working into the other one, so let's go ahead and go back to the first option. So let's go with, does it bother you?
Why? Does it bother you? You didn't look thrilled when DeAndre kissed me.
It's not that it bothers me. What you do is none of my business. I thought you'd take archaeology more seriously. You seemed very keen at first.
I am taking it seriously. What you saw that morning wasn't anything more than a greeting kiss gone wrong.
Wrong?
I had chocolate spread all over my face. You didn't expect that. My embarrassed expression said it all, and Kyler cracked a smile.
Ah, so that's what happened. Well, I admit I was worried about one thing. And we've seen this part. Okay.
Why Cherie?
A few years ago, Cherie brought a student for the field school. This person got heavily involved with someone here. Anyway, one day, Cherie's students just vanished over the weekend. Cherie contacted her parents immediately, and they were furious. After some inquiring, someone mentioned that she may have left with one of the Belgian students who had planned a trip to Portugal. She didn't tell anyone, but I guess it was apparent to some of the more observant students.
Basically, the student ditched the entire field school? Instant flunk. I wouldn't do anything like that. It wasn't exactly easy to get here in the first place. All of those interviews, renewing my passport, saving up, convincing my parents. I chose this internship for the experience. I won't blow it or cause Cherie panic. She did place her trust in me after all. She's a good teacher.
I agree.
I clapped to conclude our conversation. I'm glad that that was all clarified. Feel more relieved? Enlightened?
Yes, I'm sorry for getting the wrong idea about you and DeAndre.
It's fine. No more misunderstandings. It's cool again. Still, I felt progress had been made since Kyler had opened up a little.
That was cute. War cave stuff? Anything we haven't seen? No, okay, we've seen this. So I'm gonna go ahead and... you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.